Kazori, where did you buy this from?
Nowhere. I made it myself. Since landing here in Japan, I have taken it upon myself to learn the cuisine that is common here.
That's incredible. This is incredible. I think this is the best katsu curry I've ever had.
Boiled with saburi and baconi, honey. Your kind words are appreciated.
Is that what that means?
No.
Oh. My face goes slightly pink as I remember I've been remiss in my manners. Sorry, I haven't thanked you for the food, so thank you.
Gabel Nadare, you are so thin. If you visited my family later on, we would not allow you to leave until you have gained a few kilograms in weight.
I smile at the mental image that evokes even as the heat refuses to leave my face. I don't know why, but the thought feels so very familiar. Your family, they sound like lovely people.
It does not always feel that way, but I am sure that is true for most families. My mother, she would be furious if she knew I was having lunch with a boy right now.
She's a very traditional type, I'm guessing.
That is one way to describe her. I prefer the term tokum-sag. I am mispronouncing all these words, I'm certain.
Which means...
I will let you figure that out yourself.
I wonder, does Kasori already see me as someone close enough to visit her family? I mean, maybe she was just speaking in general. And of course, such a thing is insanely unlikely to ever actually happen. I live here in Japan, and her home is in Iran, a place I cannot even imagine. A place that in all likelihood would feel like an alien planet to me, but I'm sure Kasori felt the same way about studying in Japan as well. And yet, she took the plunge anyway. I wonder if this is how she imagined her time in Japan would go. Kusei texted me before about how isolated she is all the time. And she herself told me that most people don't make the effort to approach or interact with her. From now on, I need to be better about than that. I need to put in the effort for Kasori's sake. Because although she smiles, I can see clear as day the loneliness in it. Or maybe I'm just projecting.
Are you daydreaming, Hallie?
Sorry. I must have been staring or something. Sorry.
Did
I say that right?
Hallie, do not be sorry. I promise I have taken no offense.
Even with her forgiveness thusly secured, heat continues to invade my face. Is there something in particular? Oh, no, sorry.
Is there something in particular you were thinking about?
Well, I'll be open and honest. Do you get lonely? Being so far from your family and friends, alone in this strange school where people look at you and whisper things? Where people don't even try to understand you because you look different and speak different when it's for that very reason they should try to understand? I feel the lump in my throat growing as I continue on. That has to be so hard.
You are trying to understand, no?
I look away, my mind scrambling to put together a way to convey everything I want to say at this moment, but within a timely manner. I inhale and exhale deeply. When you told me most people don't make the effort to talk to you or understand you, that somehow everyone in this school of hundreds just avoids you, that seemed insane to me.
That is because you are a very kind person.
I don't think it's even a matter of kindness. I don't think most people, when they choose to avoid and isolate you, I don't think that they even see it as unkind. I don't believe they even think about it in the first place. She simply looks at me with that sad smile of hers as I continue on. I'm not sure at this point if she even knows what I'm going on about. Maybe neither do I. It's insane. I repeat this, fists tightly clutching at my pant legs as I stare down at them. I can only pray that somehow, through the language barrier and my own incoherence, the sentiment is somehow conveyed.
How about the Navaras?
I look back up into Kazori's glittering onyx eyes with a, huh? The round umbral gemstones of her soul are moist, almost ready to begin bleeding freely, but they do not.
Translated, this weather is for two people. I suppose what it means is that, on a cold and rainy day, that is the best time to hug a loved one.
Well, hold on a second. We kind of we didn't totally exhaust our options there. Just hold on. Let's just see what happens. I give her a hug. As I rise from my seat, Kazori responds in turn. This weather is for 2 people, but what if? What if we're both soaked through so completely that there is no warmth left for either of us to lend? Is that why it feels so cold? Yeah, he's getting emo again. Meh. Meh. Stop it. By the time we pull apart, Kazori is smiling brightly again. I smile back.
So, do you see? I'm not lonely.
I avert my gaze, my face heating up a little. If I can be the one to chase her loneliness away, then I suppose that makes it all worth it. The remainder of our lunchtime minutes pass with comfortable idle chatter until... Time for evening classes. As I gather my things, my mind is continuously occupied by thoughts of Izori and her time here in Japan. She is so very strong to be able to deal with the pressure and the isolation from her peers without ever giving in, to be satisfied with what meager friendship I can offer alone. I, of course, can't take all the credit. I know Kusei's been looking out for her too. Still, I ought to support her however I can. And before she disappears from my menus anyway, we step out into the halls. Kazori gives me one more quick hug and smiles sweetly at me before departing, sending a whole lot of red shooting towards my face. I throw a bashful smile of my own her way before watching her singular figure disappear into the shifting mass of indistinct faces and voices. Time for my one evening class, but boy is it a doozy. Analytical statistics. Skipping. Wait your turn, Izumi. Wait your turn. Eh. Although I guess he's like the only one left after this, huh?
How was your day?
Oh, you know how it goes. Had some very pleasant company over lunch, at least.
You know how I mentioned my mother would be furious if she knew I was having lunch with a boy. I think if she ever met you and got to know you, that it probably settled most of her nerves.
Most of them,
Well, you know, she's never going to be completely okay with the idea of me spending time with anyone except her.
I think I can relate at least somewhat.
To her situation, or to mine.
Fuck. Scotch there, bud. Video game? Oh, there's a choice. Lie, it's hard letting go of people. My mother is possessive too. We're gonna be honest. It's Kazori route. I'll just say I won't be mentioning to Mom that I had lunch with a girl today.
She must spend a lot of time swatting the girls away from you then.
Not really. I don't have friends. Thank you for the katsu curry, by the way. It was delicious.
You are very welcome. That is a high compliment indeed, coming from someone who lives in Japan. And hey, whenever you want to share lunch again, I'm willing. Maybe next time you can show me how it's really done.
I may just take you up on that. Oh, wait, I only cook ramen. How is it that such a nice girl doesn't have any friends here? People have got all the wrong priorities. They see her as the other, man. Like, oh, different. Avoid. An unfortunate facet of human nature. Oh gosh, we're back here for once. Let's have a melon soda float. This is like our second time here. Oh wait, no, apparently this is our third time here. Because we already got this at some point. Before long, my order of a melon soda float arrives. After all, this is technically a summer treat, even though this summer happens to be the coldest ever. You mean like a coldest summer? The soda is cold, and the ice cream or even more so, but the caress of pleasure it lends my tongue is well worth the chill down my throat. Sweet, creamy, bubbly, and more sweet, just how I like it. To say nothing of how lovely the treat itself just looks, isn't that just the cutest shit ever? And topped with a fresh strawberry as well. I hope someone commends the artistry alone. And then some lady got hit by a car. Oh well, better play some Souls and Swords, and hope Kazori's on my lunch menu next time. I don't know what Kazori meant, if anything. I could stand to lose a bit of weight. No, you're dying. I've been thinking a lot about what the world is like outside of Sarabatu City, or even outside of Japan. I mean, obviously it can't be raining all over the world, because that'd just be downright apocalyptic. There wouldn't be a world left by now. Besides, Kazori already confirmed that it isn't like this in Iran, at least. I don't really know anything about the rest of the world. I mean, I know lots of cool food, drinks, movies, and games come from America. I know France and Italy made all the best desserts in the world, probably. I know China has a ton of cool looking castles, and Russia has some of the most beautiful churches and cathedrals. But these are all surface level touristy things, like Iran. When Kazori mentions that name, there isn't a single distinctive image that pops into my head. Like, I know that's probably my own fault. I'm sure Iran has a ton of different monuments, festivals, cuisine, and whatever else I'd be delighted to know. But, again, that's all surface level. What are the people like? The culture? What do they value and respect? What fears and anxieties have seeped into the public consciousness or unconscious over innumerable generations? Well, it depends. I wonder what about all the different places I've never been to. What are Mexicans like? Romanians, Ethiopians, Venetians? So many different humans, so far from each other. So different yet so similar. But I guess the reason I fantasize so much about the world outside of Japan is because I wonder. I wonder if in any of those places I would belong. Because I don't belong here. I don't. It makes me wonder if I belong anywhere at all. You know, I tell you stop being an email, but that is actually a sentiment I've had for a long time. I don't really fit in a lot of places, man. I'm just kind of an oddball. But, you know, I kind of came to terms with that, too. I just have a vastly different perspective on the world than a lot of people seem to. Oh, it's Kazori!
Shalom. Sof Bekir, Hali.
Salam Sabbek here, Kazori. Am I saying it right? If we've seen this before, let me skip it. Will it stop me if it's different? I hope so. Yeah, it did. My heart beats a little faster in my chest as anger and indignation swell up inside of it. Remembering those asswipes staring at her through the window in the halls, I exhale, knowing an emotional outburst won't serve my point, if indeed there is one at all. The truth is, no matter how hard you try to appease them, no matter what you do to fit in, the people at the school and everywhere else, do it. Crush her. Crush her soul. I'm not going to be mean to you, and I'm not going to be too nice either. And so... So what? You're some kind of nutcase? One of those morbid fanatics obsessed with some serial killers or something? Dude, don't antagonize him, you moron. What? Where did that even come from? Oh, and you're just like her, too, always playing the meek, harmless little nerd when actually you're completely sick in the head. I... Hey, for the record, I don't agree with what Yuji's saying, okay? You and I are cool, right, Hallie? You have a static face. Seriously, Kay? He was saying a mean thing. Come on. Seriously, Kay, you think that's gonna... Well, what route did they think I'm on? Hold on a second. What? The girls anyway? Okay, yeah, they're just ripping on Yuri. Meanies. Bad people. I was just on my lunch break. Aha! See? She just up and vanished like I thought she would. There is no Kazori. You can't Kazori right now. Okay. Alright, well I guess that just leaves Izumi then. But first, I wanna try. Just use the other door. I put my hands up and step backwards in a gesture of phony conciliation. Before bolting to the opposite door, I hear cursing and laughing behind me in equal measure as I reach for the handle and twist it open. Huzzah! The classroom is completely empty, save for, of course, Kazori, who's seated at a desk by the window. Who's seated at me, yeah. I'm happy those shitters outside at least didn't hold me up for too long. She offers me a friendly wave and a smile, and I'm thankful that she's seemingly oblivious of the clown fuckery that just occurred beyond the classroom walls. I pull a chair out from one of the other desks and seat myself across from Kazori. And things proceed, more or less the same. I'm gonna pick the other options. Nothing important. No, just daydreaming like you said.
That is very much like you. You do seem like someone who would be a deep thinker. I believe that is how you say that.
Still, I'm sorry for doing that instead of paying attention to you.
Apologizing for no reason is also very much like you.
I feel like it was a lot longer of a scene when we were open about our feelings. I can't say I really know a lot about how her experiences have been, but I think I can at least relate to the feeling of being an outcast. We didn't even get the option to hug her. We clearly chose wrong. We step out of the halls and we can make our way back to the classroom because Lori departs with a friendly wave and an angelic smile, causing trace amounts of heat to start creeping up my face. And so on and so forth. Hold on a second. We're gonna turn down the hug too. We're gonna be bad. Bad people. It's whatever. I don't know if that'll affect our chances of getting that hug, but whatever. You get lonely. Don't do it. Don't. That's a beautiful saying, Kazori.
Not a very relevant one, it would seem. Nobody told me Japan would be this rainy.
Oh, it's not usually like this, I can promise that much. Unseasonable weather or something. The remainder of our lunchtime minutes pass with comfortable idle chatter. It looks like that's about going to do it for her then. Yep, alright. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I guess that just leaves Izumi to pursue more thoroughly. We'll see what comes of him, and I guess leave it at that, because I feel like we've basically covered what this mod can offer. There might be more little bits and bobs we could find if we really looked for them, but I don't think it's worth it to try. I think we've found most or all of the substance that Act 1 here can offer us. Oh, but there is that conversation with the teacher. We never got the chemistry teacher. I don't remember what options we picked that got us to see her there and like possibly talk to her. Wasn't it? I think we had to see Sayori first, didn't we? Yeah, whether you go meet Sayori first or not is like a major divergence. It might be worth going down the Sayori path one more time to see. You know what, we'll do it now, because I'm pretty sure we meet Izumi regardless. We'll just make sure we go to class so we don't meet him late. And we'll see if we encounter any other people this way. Hi, Sayori. Shouldn't hang out in the rain, Sayori. It's dumb and bad.